Hello, everybody. We acknowledge that we live and work on stolen land, and that sovereignty of this land was never ceded. As non-Indigenous inhabitants of this land, we benefit from the theft of country and ongoing prosecutions of First Nations people. We acknowledge the First Nations people who allow us to continue to work towards living together on country and the gifts of knowledge and culture they invite to collectively share. We will continue working to move beyond acknowledgement and towards reciprocal relationships with the traditional owners and the First Nations people of this unceded land. Now, I would like to welcome to the School of Architecture Stefanie Everaert from Doorzon and Stand van Zaken. I won't read her incredible CV, as she will introduce their 20 years of practice during her talk. Last month, Meyer and Everaert from Moss mentioned in a podcast that the Belgium scene might be over. Tonight, I would like to argue otherwise. While perhaps Jan de Wilder and Kirsten Gerst or St. Lucas School versus Ghent University have already produced their best work, the confronting attitudes, the level of construction, and the constellation of small offices across the country, now spending far beyond, are more alive than ever. Doorzon is one of the very best to emerge from this very fertile environment. I guarantee you they know how to put things together, while at the same time, they are redefining what interior architecture might be. To finish this introduction, I would like to think of these two last lectures, these two very Ghent tales, as a small homage to Professor Andrew Leach, one of the reasons I joined this place. Andrew completed his dissertation in Ghent approximately 20 years ago and will be leaving us at the end of the semester. He finished just at the moment Doorzon was emerging. In any case, this is an optimistic preamble to what has been an incredibly energetic week. That will culminate next week with the opening of the exhibition, A Good Idea. Please join me in welcoming Stefanie Everaert, perhaps the best interior architect in the world. As always, a big claim to end. I hope you enjoyed the evening and her reflections on life. Thank you very much. Welcome.
Good to go. Thank you, Guillermo, for the really nice introduction that you gave. And thank you everyone for being here. I'm feeling very honored and grateful to be presenting my work here on literally on the other side of the world. So my name is Stefanie Everaert. I am 50% of Doorzon Interieurarchitecten. And my colleague's name is Caroline Lateur. Together we started this office in 2005. Doorzon Interieurarchitecten, or maybe I will just say Doorzon for the rest of the lecture. That's maybe the most convenient, because interior architecture, we never translate actually our name. So Doorzon is an office for interior architecture. That's maybe the most specific thing about Doorzon, and we started as a small office for interior architecture, and then we grew into a more experimental practice, where we, after 20 years, in a way, we became advocates for our profession, not only in Belgium, but also in Europe, because we started to notice more and more that there are actually not so many offices for interior architecture, and for sure they are most of the time not allowed to play with the architects in the field of architecture. So we also have kind of an activist practice, and I will maybe not talk about that too much, but here and there it will come up, and I will say something about it and how it evolved in those 20 years that we have been practicing. The lecture is built around those 20 years. So this year is our 20th, or was our 20th birthday. And at the end of the year, we are making a monography, a book about our practice. This involves, of course, a lot of material selection and things like that. So we decided to build up this lecture around those 20 years, and I will start somewhere before 2005, when I was gaining my first practical knowledge through working, and then I will end somewhere in 2024. And we chose 1 or 2 projects per year. I see this lecture as a kind of introduction in our work for people who don't know the practice yet. So I will pass by different projects, and here and there I will elaborate a little bit more. Maybe I will use this one. I will sit a little bit closer down. Ah, that also doesn't work. Okay, so I have to do the whole lecture with one image. Thank you. So during or parallel to my studies, I started to work, and before the last year started, I wanted to have a job in the holiday, and I went to the office of Meyer van Everaert, who is a very well-known Belgian designer, and I asked for a job there. I thought I was applying for a job in an office, but before I knew it, I was working actually in the workshop, producing furniture and learning everything about this. And after, I think, a year or a year and a half, I was the chief of the chair department. And what you see there is one of the first really, or to us, that was a really big order of chairs, of aluminum chairs that I made there. I started to like this work in the workshop more and more. Sometimes I was also working in the office where I was next to my studies, learning to experiment in a completely different way, because at school there was only the drawing. It was quite dry, actually, what we learned. And in this office, I got a lot of freedom to express my thoughts on certain pieces in the way that I wanted to. And I started making collages. Another really important thing I learned in this office was that observation is one of the most important tools when you have to start a design. And Maarten had a big collection of cutlery that I used when I was working on a cutlery set for Alessi. And I'm just going through this, or I'm trying to tell this because the title of the lecture, Reflections on Life. I'm going to take you through some projects and try to explain how close they are to life, and how this work is actually live in a way. So this collection, or this act of collecting, has a lot to do with that. And maybe the utmost important thing I learned there was that if you want to experiment in your practice, if you want to make work that questions things rather than answering questions, actually, it was told to me, or it was really natural, it came natural in this office, that pleasure was a really important factor there. So we were really encouraged to have fun whilst working. And I think it's something that I have learned there, and I have taken with me up until today, because of course we are here to work, but also to get to know people, to make connections, to experiment, and to have fun, to enjoy our job. In this office, when I was there for a few years, there was suddenly another young woman coming to work there. That was Caroline. And she would then become my partner at Doorzon Interieur Architecten. When Maarten unfortunately passed away when he was really young, that was in 2005. So his passing in a way marked the birth of Doorzon. And I will start with the first project. It's a small apartment. It's a refurbishment of a small apartment with a really nice view in Ghent, where we live. And I'm showing this project because in the first years of our practice, also because I was trained in a workshop, it was really important for us to build projects ourselves. And since there was no one to be found in Belgium who worked with glass fiber reinforced polyester, we had to execute those projects ourselves. So for example, this bath, nobody wanted to make it, so we had to make it ourselves. Same went for furniture work in concrete. There was also no one to be found who wanted to do this. So we did it ourselves. So this is a kitchen in the making. And then one image of the finished product. Another project from those beginning years was a carpet, actually a carpet without a preliminary design. The drawing was developed whilst knotting, which is a very slow process, allowing patterns to emerge and to grow during the process, and this is the result of that. Quite an important project for our practice because it was the first one that we really started and ended together, me and Caroline. It's an apartment at the seaside, and if we look at it today, in a way, I can sense, even though it's from a long time ago, that a certain language that we developed that it started there, this development of a language, and also some strategies that we continue to use. They were developed actually in this project. For example, the importance of the plan, which up until today is one of the things that we enjoy most in our practice, is to work on a plan to get balance, to make it super functional and also beautiful. And if I look back on this project, I think it had a lot of those strategies and qualities in it. For example, we really like to use mirrors, and here on these pictures you see a mirror door separating the two main areas of the apartment. The apartments, that is actually one big space, but separating the more intimate space and the more common space. So whenever there are guests, the door is closed and you just meet yourself in the door, and you know that's the moment to turn around because what's behind the door is just none of your business. A zoom in a cupboard, that's all there is of this project, or that's all there is today of this project. And one of those strategies that we would be using a lot after was the use of color, or the way we like to use color, and you can also see it here. And even more here, maybe here it comes to kind of the feet are coming to the ground, or I don't know how to say it. We started to use a lot of color without ever adding color actually to our project. So what you see here is a very colorful kitchen and also office and cupboard, and so it has a lot of functions. It's a very small apartment, and you see there blue and brown and wood color. And we started to look for, or to make a library of materials that carry within or that have interesting colors, and we never actually paint something or add color to a wall or to whatever. So it's a blue polyethylene, it's the cutting board that you know maybe from the kitchen. When you cut fish in a Belgian restaurant, it has to be on a blue cutting board. And then there was the brown of the bakelite. You say that in English? Yeah, bakelite. So the craft paper, a translucent door as well, and then wood. So it's something that you will see more, I think, in other projects. A fragment of a project, a door on which we have drawn a false perspective. So more like a kind of ornament in this room. So we like to draw a lot, and we also experimented with drawing on site. This is a very important picture for us because it shows, it's a kitchen that we made, obviously, but what we find so important about it is the way that it's used and the use of space and the use of objects has always been at the center of our practice. So we always talk a lot with our clients. Is it loud enough? Yeah, because I hear some difference when I keep it. So we always talk a lot with our clients about how they want to live, how they dream, what they dream of when it comes to their new space, because mostly they are with us to create a new space. And here we sensed that this kitchen element would be really important as the, let's say, the cockpit of a B&B, but also of family life and things like that. And this is when I entered without announcing my visit. And I really loved the way it looked and the way it was really set up without being set up, of course, as the center of the space. And it also gave us a lot of inspiration for further projects to always treat mostly the kitchen, because it's just like that the kitchen is in a lot of cases the center of a household in Belgium. So it was mostly the kitchen that we treated as this household center and that we put on, gave it a kind of autonomy, kind of visual quality also, materiality. So you will see that coming back. For example, here maybe, where this is also an important project. Guillermo just talked about the Veldervink-Tailleux being, I don't think out of order, out of work. I don't know what it was, but we have worked together with this architecture office quite a lot. And this was the first project we did together. And we were very pleased with this collaboration because as an interior architect office, and then on top of that, as a double handicap being two women, we didn't have much to say. We didn't have much to choose or much opportunities in Belgium. And working with this really good architect who invited us in projects as from the beginning, who gave us the freedom or the space to turn around their plans completely, because what you see here is the interiors are drawn by us, and actually the only maybe walls that were there drawn by the architect were those. And then the position of the staircase was there, and the architects actually, they drew this house in a completely different way. So they divided it in the length in two zones, and we saw the nice width of the house, and we turned everything around, and they just, they were just enthusiastic, which we were completely surprised about, and which was very nice. And it also gave us some confidence, some extra confidence to continue after this project. Because I don't know how it is here in Australia for interior architects, how, what the status of this profession is, but in Belgium it's not too good. I also wanted to speak shortly about models, making models. So there is this one and this one as well. And these are two models that we have made for competitions. So we think a model is a really good way to express not only the spaces you want to make, but also the use or the atmosphere of a space. So we take great pleasure and care in making them. And we did it already the years before, because here we are already in 2013. So there are a lot of models from before that time, but we always used the model. So when we went to clients, we took the model with us and we showed the model. And then after, our office was too small, the models, they got dusty, and then we threw them out. So it always went like that. But for these competitions, at one point it was forbidden to hand in models, because most competitions, they are underpaid, and there came some protests. So instead of paying appropriately, they said no more, you cannot bring models. You can make the models and you can show the pictures, but you can't bring the models, because then the authorities, they got complaints about not paying enough. So everybody started to take photographs of the models, and we asked our photographer, who was also photographing our projects, Philippe Dujardin, to help us photographing those models. And as you see, or maybe not, but I think it's obvious that he did a great job, and we continued working with him to bring those models to life. And that's also nice, because we had to throw them out still, the models, because we don't have the place to keep them. But now we at least have pictures of all those models. Then there's this thing, I think maybe there are a lot of architects in the room here, or interior architects, and we also like to make furniture, most of us. So there is always this longing to design furniture, and we have always done that. For a lot of projects, in a lot of contexts, we designed specific things. But at one point, we were invited for an exhibition in a gallery in Belgium. And so we were asked to draw furniture, just furniture out of nothing, from a white page, which was really hard. So actually we didn't manage. So we made a whole collection. Those are only two pieces of this collection. We made a whole collection of furniture that fits in corners. So we were given this opportunity to just design furniture out of nothing, but in a way, we weren't able to. So we also discovered a lot about ourselves and how we run our practice, how we design. We always need a context. So even if we were asked to make furniture, or we were allowed to make furniture without a context, we created this context ourselves to be able to create the furniture. So we even, photo here on the right is taken at a presentation of this collection. So there was a space with flooring in leftover pieces of granite, and then we put some walls up. We made wallpaper, and we put all the corner furniture in all the corners. A project in Albania, in Tirana, in the capital city. It's a collaboration with and for Brussels office, who are working a lot in Albania. And at one point, Edi Rama, at that point, Prime Minister of Albania, I think he asked them for an interior project, and they didn't really want to do it, so they asked us to do it. It's the Center for Openness and Dialogue in Tirana, which you can visit, and it's actually the old ministry, which was a very closed building. literally, also with a lot of guards around the building. And Edirama had this idea to make it a space for openness and dialogue and to open it to the public, make a library there, and to show there or to let the public into the archives of the city and of the country. So actually there are a lot of books there, a lot of works, a lot of iPads to go and look in the archive at the history of the country. And as well, there are some exhibition spaces. There is a meeting room. There is a small auditorium of which you see the back here. And also here, there was the maquette or the model story, because the whole project had to be presented really, really quickly. And we were not in the possibility to take a model to Albania. So again, we made a model and we photographed it. And here you see a confrontation of, to the right, of course, the model, and to the left, the finished project, the same area. So we always find a lot of pleasure in confronting those two with each other afterwards when the projects are developed. It's always really nice to see how you, at one point you dream the project and you try to develop it, you draw it, you make it in a model, and then you build it, and how it becomes. This is a meeting room in the same project, and here we try to revisit this idea of a meeting table, because meeting tables, they are always flexible, so they exist of different pieces of the same table, and then you can make different configurations with it, and we try to approach it from a different angle. We made a concrete table, so a table that can't be moved, but it has a special geometry, and through this you can choose to sit around it with 30 people. It's really big, so this is only a fragment. You can sit around it with 30 people. You can also organize more intimate gatherings around this table, or people can come and work there during the day when the meeting room is not used. So we wanted to give all those possibilities that this flexible furniture always has, but in a, it's open for appropriation. It's not flexible, if I can say it like that. And again, what we like so much is when people send us pictures of how our spaces are used. In this case, there was a whole group of young children coming to the Center for Openness and Dialogue to have their school trip there. And then they were drawing the future of, I don't know, Albania, maybe. Some more domestic projects where we are invited in the kitchen always. So we really love kitchens. They are one of the most complex parts of a house, but also the personality of the client, the complexity of, it's always refurbishments we do. So there is always a given, there is always a context. In this specific case, there was a really small space for a kitchen, but they wanted a really big kitchen. And then there had to be a table for the whole family to sit on in the kitchen. So it was an interesting puzzle. And there is only one picture of this project here, but we continued the table outside. So if you slide open the window, there is this piece of stone, and you can close the table, and then you have a really long table continuing in the garden. It was really hard, this process, but actually it's become very, very nice. And what was also nice is that the lady living there, she's quite eccentric in a way, and she gave us a lot of freedom, not in the plan of her kitchen, but in the use of the stone and things like that. So it became a very, let's say, a very happy and nice project. Another domestic project, and also here there is this family and how they want to use it, how they live, what they like, and we needing this kitchen accordingly in a way. A lot of mirror in this one. And what was very nice, last week we visited this project with a writer who was going to write something about our office, and the person who gave us the assignment, so the man who was living there, he gave a tour, and he was saying, yeah, we have this corridor. So when you enter the house, you have a straight corridor to the back, which is the most convenient and easy way to go from the front to the back of the house. But he said, we never use this door. We always go through the kitchen. And the kitchen is like, it's a detour in a way, but it was so nice the way he said it and the way, so he does it. And he told that to us. So we were there, we were talking. And at one point, one of his sons came through the kitchen, like to go to the back of the house. So it was true what he said. I can't exactly declare it, but I found it really pleasant to hear and to experience the way they are using, again, this space, because that's actually what we find so important and what we are making the spaces for. Then we had, in 2016, the opportunity to be curators of the Belgian pavilion for the Venice Architecture Biennale. This was, again, a joint project with Philippe Dujardin, the photographer I was talking about, and the former De Veldre-Vinctailleux office. And we made an exhibition. You see on the left, one installation of the exhibition. We made an exhibition around Bravoure, Scarcity, Beauty was the name of the project of the exhibition. So we selected projects of Belgian architects where we found, or where we saw that with little means and great audacity, or bravoure, great imagination as well, they try to do something. Sometimes it's solving a problem, of course, because that's anyway what we have to do in some projects, but projects where they did it in such a straightforward but beautiful way. And we selected 12 of those to show, because we believe that also the future of architecture, or this is an important part of where the future of architecture lies, being resourceful, being inventive, being imaginative with little means, and it involves a kind of risk-taking. It involves doing something that is unusual. But we wanted to celebrate that. And what you see on the left is, I don't know if you know plasterboard here. Yeah, for sure you do. So it's a column made by the Eagles of Architecture in one of their projects. So you see in the back of the installation, you see the picture of the column actually in the house. So it's a really big house in Antwerp, a house that is not suitable for a family anymore. So at this point, they divided the house in different apartments for students. And there was a lot of new water and other supplies having to come down. So they created this extra column of plasterboard in the entrance of the building, which is, of course you can discuss about it, but I think it's very beautiful. To the right, you see the storage room of the pavilion, because at one point we also needed some facilitation of small lectures or discussions in the pavilion. And so Doorzon, at that point, we decided to try and draw or design a stool or a little chair to be used like that. And we tried, of course, to be faithful to the bravoure, scarcity, beauty idea. So we made it out of recycled rubber. So we have this firm in Belgium that recycles natural rubber from cleaning devices, you know, like when you have to take away the water, it's a rubber thing. I don't know what it's called. And other things like that. So they recycle them and they make a new block of material from it. So the cushion is made out of this. And the body of the stool is a sewage pipe. And it's something that up until today we produce and we sell as a piece of furniture. Another domestic project, another collaboration with De Veldering-Tailleux. Theo de Meyer, who's sitting there, was the project architect here. And again, we were invited as from the beginning of the project. And again, we turned around the plan, or at least we turned around the kitchen, because all those kitchens against the wall. In Belgium, I don't know how it is here, but in Belgium, gender roles are still very much confirmed in family life. And having all those architect kitchens that are put against the wall, it's, if you imagine someone working there and how this person is then placed in life, in the living space, we really don't think that's appropriate. So that's also why we turn it around always. So the person who is working in the kitchen has a nice overview and can also be part of the life that is going on in the living room. Or if there are guests, you are not with your back to the whole situation. So we, little by little, we try to help change these dynamics, because architecture is, of course, supporting these roles. And if we can do little things to try and turn it around, we will never hesitate. A nice and, to me, quite interesting project of our office is Chapex, it's called. This is a big project in collaboration with Agua, an office from Brussels, and the former De Veldering-Tailleux from Ghent. It's a competition that we won, and it was for reorganization of big expo halls in Charleroi, which is a city in the south of Belgium. So as interior architects, we, in a configuration like that, we are invited around the table as from the beginning, and we are asked, how do you see your role in this project? So for us, because of the scale of the project, and also because there were already two really big architects involved that were already, let's say, trying to get the biggest pieces on the table, we try to develop a project for ourselves within this project. And I think the Genius Loki title that someone gave to this picture of the project in an Instagram story. So it's just a screenshot of somebody else's Instagram story. But I liked the term a lot, because it's what we decided to do in the end, because the architects, they were going to demolish an enormous amount of buildings, an enormous amount of material was going to be thrown away. And we started to study all the demolition plans. And then we started to go to Charleroi to assess everything that they were going to demolish. to make the project happen. We started to photograph all the parts that were going to be demolished. We started to measure everything. We started to count everything. And then we took that home. It was like a thick catalog. And mind you, I'm speaking 2015. So today in Belgium, there are already firms doing that. But at the time, it was not existing. So we just had our interns and us drawing, photographing, and visiting the site a lot of times to make this catalog of all the material that was going to be thrown away. So what you see here is a detail of a piece that we made, and it exists of material that was about to hit the container. So these are some examples of the first pictures that we took. So we knew that all those staircases, they were going to be taken out, all the banisters, those green things, yeah, they were going to be demolished as well. Those columns, they fascinated us greatly. And here you see them harvested, if I may call it like that already. The photo is called cigarette. So, so that was another thing. So we actually, I will go to the next one. Yeah. So we developed a lot of pieces that we were going to make out of all those materials that we found that we just couldn't throw them away. We just thought we have to do something with that. And what was interesting is that this attitude then was directional for the attitude that would, so the project shifted also towards this attitude. So it was really interesting to see how we, in a way, contaminated the architects who were still fighting over the biggest pieces of the project, and suddenly they saw something lying on the table that they really could work with, and in the end the project became much more like a surgery, you know. It became much more careful, and they started cutting away pieces and dealing with the buildings in a completely different way. So with a really small intervention, we managed to be directional for the whole project, which was quite interesting. What do I want to say? Yeah. I was also going to tell about this harvesting, because it was at one point, so we were harvesting. So all those materials, they were not demolished, dismantled. Yeah, and then put aside on pallets. But Charleroi is quite a special place. There are some problems there. I think they have quite a big population of people that they don't manage to find a home. Many people live on the streets, and so because there was not really yet a protocol for processes like this, we lost, I think, 3/4 of all the material during the years. It was waiting there because, of course, our project started before the project, and the pieces, they would only be made at the very end of the project. So we are speaking, it is now delivered. So it's 10 years we are speaking about. And most of the material just disappeared. So we had to alter our designs all the time. But this typology, it's a public bench that is placed everywhere in the project. We still managed to make quite a lot of those. So what you see here is how they are made. So there is the column that we sliced in pieces. Then there are the steps of the staircases, and one is attached to the other with a mechanical part in between, and then everything is closed off with a very rare Belgian marble, of which the quarries are are finished or empty. But there was a lot of this marble in the buildings that were demolished, so we tried to salvage all those marble. And yeah, so maybe we go back for a moment, and here you see it in detail, so how those materials are coming together. Yeah, there are more pieces like these benches made with the banisters, and there are, yeah, more pieces, but if you want to see more, there, you can ask me, or there is maybe on our website or whatever. Another project from around that time is the Design Museum in Ghent, where they asked us to make a scenography for their collection. And it's only one image of this project, but it's a cabinet that I was quite happy with. There is a window in this space, and it's very, very precious and expensive glass and ceramics that they wanted to show there. And we made this this cupboard with polycarbonate panels and sewage pipes, so very straightforward materials, but with a fine detailing, and then combined with all those beautiful pieces. I always really liked it. And I also put it in because now this really nice design museum, or this wing of our design museum, has been demolished, and I can't accept it. This is a drawing that we made for a competition together with 51 and for E again, but we came in second. So unfortunately, it's not built. It was for the House of Media in Brussels, which would be a big building where different like television houses would find their place. A word also about Stand van Zaken. I don't know if there were people that there are people here now that were also yesterday in the conference with Theo. Stand van Zaken is actually a thing, a collective. No, it's not a collective. It's something that we created to be able to make room for more unconventional projects. So we wanted to create some freedom for ourselves. And actually, this Stand van Zaken started as a booth with furniture on a fair. And we needed a name for this booth, and Stand van Zaken, State of Affairs. It means actually, if you translate it in Flemish, a booth of things. So we called it a Stand van Zaken. And in this booth, we brought together furniture we had been designing over the last 10 years, always in context of different projects. But what we actually did there was questioning authorship by stating that it took 45 people to make those 9 pieces of furniture. We really wanted to question this authorship that in the design world, it's always one person who made something or who designed something. And we really wanted to, to try and take a different position in this. So we started to think about who the people were that actually worked on all those pieces, and people that commissioned, people that helped us solving problems, people that helped us making them, people that were photographing them. And in the end, yeah, then it's not 3 people, it's not me and Caroline and Theo who made it, but there were 45 people involved. And after these exhibitions, Stand van Zaken stayed or is today more and more developed as this free space within our practices. 2020 was the year that COVID hit Belgium, not only Belgium, and we live in a very small apartment and decided to move to this space because we were so scared about that was coming, and we were not able to, I don't know how it was here in cities, but in Ghent, we were not allowed to be on the street if we were not moving. So, for example, if you buy coffee and you sit down for 2 minutes, the police, they were yelling at you, and we were super scared of having to spend the summer like that. And we moved to this greenhouse where we started building. Actually, the idea was to stay there over the summer, to camp there, and then go back. But it's completely got out of hand. We started, also COVID got out of hand, of course. So after the first lockdown, there was then a second lockdown, and then we had to stay there in winter. And we started teaching there because we had to teach online, which many of you will have experienced. And we didn't like the experience, to be honest. So it became a work in progress. It became a place for experiment that has been very influential on all the work that we have made afterwards. And at this point, we are doing some research on the space, and the research is called Reflections on Life, hence the title for this lecture. So we are at this point, we are reflecting on and doing research on how we live there in this space. So we live there because there is only this really thin layer of glass between you and the environment, the outside. So you live really close to the elements. You have a very different sense of all the atmospheric changes in the space when the weather is changing, when the seasons are changing. And to live in this situation, we are making and designing certain artifacts. So we are doing research on this life, on those artifacts who make this life possible. And that's something we are involved in now, of which we will hopefully see some results in September. So just some, sharing how life is there, how it is to live there, and the freedom it gives, the difficulties also, the beauty. But then there is also the practice next to that, of course. And what you see here are some drawings that we made for a kitchen. And it was to be made in leftover pieces of granite from a stone cutter we regularly work with. And he told us, I have all this granite lying around here from the 90s and nobody wants it anymore because everybody wants marble now. So we came to the rescue. This piece was further developed in another piece, and that Sarah, our collaborator, made some nice drawings for this other piece, which is a small bookstore of only Japanese photography books. And the bookstore is actually organized in a wide hallway of a very nice historical house in Antwerp, in Belgium. And then you see the door that we made there. And behind the door, there is a small Japanese tea ceremony counter, of which I don't have a photo. Sorry for that. Very nice project. Also because the people who commissioned, they gave us so much trust, and that's always the best fundament for a good project. This is one image of a really big project. It was 8,000 square meters of co-working space in Brussels. But I just wanted to show this one because we had two positions in this project. On the one hand, we were the project architect who drew all the plans and who organized the whole setup for all the spaces. And on the other hand, we were also commissioned some of the pieces because it was in collaboration with Maniera, which is a Brussels furniture gallery. They only work with architects and artists who make furniture, and they commissioned some people to make pieces for this co-work space. So we invented together, or invented, no, we defined together some typologies, and then people were given those typologies to design them. And this is a workspace for concentration outside, for which we used a ready-made from, I don't know if this is a word in English, silo, the thing that is used in farming for putting, okay, so it's a ready-made from the silo business, of which we created this small outside working space. Another project in 2021 was, for us, it was really nice, it was interesting. It was also a collaboration with Theo. And yeah, the scale of this project was really nice. So when it was being built up, we were really, yeah, that was for me the most impressive thing, actually. So it's a very big hall in Ghent, a very nice space. And they wanted to organize a fair there, but the space or the roof is leaking enormously. And we decided, as one of the first things that we decided was to put up some tents to keep all the stuff, all the art and the, did I mention it's the Belgian Art and Design Fair? So it was art pieces and design pieces that were going to be exhibited there. And also it was, I don't know if it was after COVID, but, or maybe in between two waves of COVID, but we found it really important also to give it a festive atmosphere, because people had not been able to meet or to go to fairs for quite a long time. So these tents, they really added to the festive atmosphere. Next to that, we also wanted to approach it in a very sustainable way, and we wanted to offer to the people who wanted to exhibit their stuff, everything had to be there. So you could just come with your object and put it there. So you didn't have to come and build tables or walls or whatever. So we used renting material, or yeah, everything could be taken down afterwards. And this is one image of the atmosphere. What you see very well here is the scale of the hall. So it was very nice because of those tents. You were not always under a tent. So when you were walking in the fair, you were under a tent and then not under a tent anymore. And then suddenly you felt the vastness of the hall again. And then you went under a tent again. And then, so it had a very interesting spatial consequence, all those tents. A small project in Zurich where a woman asked us to make some furniture for her boys' room with some drawings that were made on the furniture. So the laminate was designed in our office and then used to make the furniture. Then another project for the Design Museum in Ghent, where they asked us for a festival to make a scenography again, and we had to use for this scenography all the, actually, how would I call it, garbage they had lying in a big warehouse. They didn't call it garbage, of course, they called it leftovers from older scenographies and things like that. So we were very, we had high expectations, but it was quite problematic. Anyway, we found hundreds of sockles. Is that a word in English? No? What you put underneath a work of art to like, no? A base? A base. Anyway, we found a lot of those and they were, we decided to cut them in pieces to make new ones of them. That's what you see here. And then there was another, a lot of other material. Here you see the drawings for that project. Again, it was a collaboration with Theo and also with Bram van der Beke, who is a designer and friend of ours. We managed in the end to find some material and to make some things with it to make this scenography. And then we are already in 2023. Also, the lecture is almost coming to an end. This is a project that I will elaborate a little bit more on because it was a very important one. It's also a Stand van Zaken project. So again, a collaboration with Theo and Doorzon. And it's really important because for me, this project had a very, very smart building logic, a very smart design logic, because we had to design it in such a way that it was possible to build it with students who did not necessarily have experience in building. Then it also had a great atmospherical quality, which was, we had a really big artistic freedom for this project. We also had the opportunity to work in a sustainable way, but to approach it really in a very personal way. So we used the strategy of pre-use for this project, where we asked to a producer of infrastructural material to use some infrastructural elements for the festival, so only for 3 days, and then we could give it back to him. So it's obviously, it's about the stage for a festival I'm talking. So maybe you see it on the pictures. It was the main stage for Horst Festival in 2023, and it was called State of Play, the installation. And what I find also really important about the project was the collaborations. So we collaborated with the team, with all the students making the pieces, with a lot of artists who were involved. And it was again a situation of, it took 200 people to make a stage for 2000, or maybe it took 50 people, I don't remember, but really a lot. So normally or usually the main stage was organized in a hall, in an interior, but for this year, for the first time, they wanted to do it in the street. And these are pictures of the kind that we take all the time. So these are just pictures out of our picture archive. If we see infrastructural works like this, we are fascinated by this material, by the tubes. Here, the scale of the tubes was enormous, and we took a picture of it. Then there are those lanterns at one point that we really liked them, and we took a picture. And then back to the street. So we started dreaming about a kind of temple-like setup where we gave structure to the street and nearby pieces of land that were available for the stage. And we thought, when we make a structure of columns, it will be less a street and more a space. So this is one of the first plans that we drew for that. And then we started dreaming of those columns being, infrastructure again. So we started to make collages of the columns carrying plants, technical equipment. Ooh, and then we move already to the setup of the columns. So not everything was built by students for this stage, but a lot of things were, but at one point there was, of course, a contractor coming to set up those columns and help us with that. And here you see a drawing in the third dimension of how we imagined this whole field of columns, and also how we imagined the infrastructural task of those columns. So we imagined lights, and what was very nice is that the light engineer of the festival, he took them with him in his light design. So they went with the light situation during the DJs. Then we had some that functioned as big planters, a fountain. I think approximately 10 of the columns we gave to different artists, and we invited them to make or choose one of their artworks to put on top of the columns. There were columns with smoke. Of course, the sponsor had to have his area, but I think we managed quite well. And I see here on the poster that it took 89 to create a stage for 2000. So we made also this poster to celebrate everyone who helped us making it. Yeah, and then what was very special about this project is that, of course, you can draw a project like that, and you can, because we have experience, so the space, it would work, and also it did, but it's only when, during the day we visited, so in the afternoon, it was really nice, but then it started to get a little bit darker, and then this was something that you could not anticipate in a way, because it was the first time we did an installation like that for a festival, and the atmosphere with music and light and all those people, it's only at that moment, it really came to life. And that was a very, very impressive moment. And it also quite addictive, because then there was the other stage in LA that Theo made. So it's something that if you do this once and you are there to experience it coming to life, then you want to do another one. Mick Jagger and David Bowie dancing in the street was one of our basis references, because we found it quite important that from those buildings next to the street, there would come light. And so they also included those buildings in the whole light design for the evening. Of course, it was not allowed to climb on the columns. And the last picture is one row of columns was always foreseen to stay there. So it's still there, and it marks the street where there are a lot of sports facilities. And it was actually quite a kind of a sad street with all those facilities, but now it's more, you are more drawn to the street, and to this point it has some orientation with this row of columns. And at the same time, when we were building the festival, we were also working on a big competition for a restaurant in a big new museum in Brussels. A competition that unfortunately we did not win, because it was too, I think, extravagant, in the jury report. So what we actually wanted to do, they asked for a place that would not only cater to the visitors of the museum, but that would also be able to attract the people from the neighborhoods. So it's a collaboration with Theo de Meyer and Serban Ionescu, who is an artist. And together we decided to make this restaurant in a kind of language that would be disarming. So we didn't want to use a language that attracts a certain type of people. So we wanted to make something that was kind of strange in a way. And like this, we imagined it would be easier to be appropriated for different types of people. So we wanted to make it really accessible. But during the jury, we discovered that actually they didn't really want other people than the museum visitors to visit the restaurant, although the brief stated differently, but they were a bit scared. But we were really lucky because somebody else picked up the booklet of the competition and they asked us, we want an inclusive bar in our in an old space in a park. And we really like what you have done for this competition. So they invited us to build a bar for them with the same strategies, actually. So here we also use this language, which you see in the chairs, for example. So they look like little ghosts, or like they have a persona in a way. And the nice thing is that through this project, which is visited by people from the neighborhoods, as well as architects, as well as young people, old people. So it's just functioning as in Belgium, we would say a taverne, a brown bar, a place that can be for everyone, and it works really like that. So we are really happy with that. And what was actually also a nice part about this project is that they asked us to take everything out. So I don't know if you noticed, but the old bar that you see to the right, they wanted to take it out. They wanted to make all the walls white, take away these boards against the wall, just make it a white space and then do an art intervention in that. But we thought that maybe it would be smarter to keep those old features and try to clean up everything a little bit and then play with that. So we actually first we took care of the whole space. We restored a little bit. We added some, you see here, some little aids that were needed. We painted, where the paper was vandalized, we painted it white. We played also with the furniture to give an answer to what had happened there in the space. And then we added this furniture. And what was actually very nice about that is that we, again, instead of giving it to a contractor and then making him deliver it on site, we gathered some friends and some students and interns around us to make everything together, which was an incredibly nice process. Very empowering also for the younger people that we invited to take part in this. And we did it in this place again, where work and life always come together, our greenhouse. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Stefanie. That was lovely. Any questions from the audience?
Thank you, Stefanie. You began with an observation that the the fortunes of interior architects in Belgium is not as strong as it might be, and yet you tell a very persuasive story about the work that you do and the strategies you use to do it. How do you imagine that those fortunes can be lifted? Is it simply through persistence, through critical intervention, through structural changes in the profession, or is it doomed to remain at a kind of static situation?
Am I loud enough like this? Ah, oh, there's another one. Microphone. I think there are different ways to work on this. For example, Theo and I, we both work at the Faculty of Architecture, but we both teach in interior architecture. So I think we need strong, teachers and strong examples also for the students. We have a problem of a problem. I don't consider it a problem, of course, but it appears to be a problem that it's a mostly female student group we have, and they because they don't have those examples or almost none, they start with a step behind, I think. So there is a lot to do through education. But for me, maybe the biggest problem in Belgium is you have the Flemish Architecture Institute. So for example, with Doorzon, we have tried to apply for the yearbook every 2 years. We hand in our projects. We have never, ever even gotten an answer. So if, for example, in 20 years, you are going through those yearbooks, you will, we will not have existed, which is, I think, kind of a problem. So, and it's not only about me, I can speak about me because this is my experience, but it's also for others, it's the case. And it's not that they are not interested in interiors, because every architect who makes an interior, be it bad or good, is featured. So I think the Bouwmeester and the Flemish Architecture Institute, they have a big responsibility, and they are now, because it's of course also trendy, they are now talking about women in architecture, women in interior architecture. They try to do things, but it's all their actions, they are centered around women who have passed away since a long time. So they make books about forgotten women, female architects, about forgotten female interior architects. And it's very noble, but it's not what we need, of course. And then I had 3 things, but I forgot the third one. Yeah, maybe just more interior architects have to dare and come forward with strong work, because if you look at the architecture landscape today in Belgium, there is this opening that is huge. In architecture, all the topics that are hot today are actually interior topics. It's about reuse, it's about making do with what's there, it's about people and other inhabitants of cities, of houses, of places are suddenly becoming important. So it's all the topics that we are working on since forever are now hot in architecture. So there should be, it's a momentum, I think. That's also why we try to share what we are doing and how we are doing it. Is that more or less an answer?
No, and maybe I've got just one follow-up, which is, I mean, you were speaking earlier today about the book project that's coming through and some of the writers involved. I mean, these are also the writers who are writing for the VAE. Is that a deliberate choice to bring those voices more firmly into the critical reflections on your practice in order to position it? Yes.
Yes, it is. They have been writing about our work before, so they are very much in favor of what we do. We have a business to business. We have quite a good relationship, or quite some respect, if I may say it with a stupid word. But so the problem doesn't really lie there, but the people who can really change it, they can be encouraged by letting them write for the book. Yeah, it's for sure a conscious choice. Yeah, certainly.
I think unless there are more questions, perhaps that's a very nice way to close with some bravura for interior architecture, and landscape architecture. Probably we need to make better. See you later. See you next week for the opening of A Good Idea. Please come with bravura to have a drink with us and celebrate some good ideas. Thank you very much for coming tonight.